Good evening, race fans. We're live here tonight for the Saturday Night Racing Crooked Line. Whoa. Saturday Night Crooked Line Racing Street Stock Series. I want to start off by saying I am on a completely different mic tonight, so just bear with me as I try to get the audio level somewhat correct, right? I'm normally on my boom mic, and my boom kind of bit the dust, so I'm actually using my headset mic, so it probably will not sound like I would want it to sound, but we are going to do our best to make it sound somewhat decent, we'll call it. As a little bit smaller field tonight, but it's Hickory Motor Speedway, right? So this track is very, very treacherous, very, very tough to get around. It will still be a battle of attrition, I do believe. Even with having 12, 13 drivers out here, I still think it'll be a battle of attrition. And you know, like they say, to finish first you got to finish, right? Still think it'll. So as I tried to listen to myself back on the broadcast right there just to see if it sounded decent. It does. It's okay. It still sounds not great, but it'll work. It'll work. Right now we have Mr. Chase Pierce sitting top of the board. Stephen Johnson sitting P2. Lloyd Moore P3. Jeff Dillon P4. Tyler Shattuck P5. Jeffrey Miller's in 6th. Stoney Benfield is in 7th. And then Mr. Jeff Shell has put at P8. And there's still a couple drivers that have not qualified yet, as they are just electing to not qualify in general. Is it's already time to hit the grid, folks? I do believe. No? What's going on there? Oh, nope. James Taylor goes out on track in the number 22. James Taylor, he is brand new into the Crooked Line Racing Series. He was actually here last Sunday night for a special event money race that we did. 305 sprints at I-55 Speedway. 55 competitors started that race. And Mr. James Taylor in the number 22 right there was the driver to prevail and put it in victory lane. You see right there, Mr. Terry went to P6 on the board, going to try to get a little bit faster second time around. As he rounds out turn number 3, goes a little high as he is not able to get faster on the second lap. So that's going to keep him slotted in that 6th place position. Folks, I haven't mentioned it tonight either. $30 on the line. Hi, Miss Lori. Glad to see you, sweetheart. Hope you had a good Mother's Day last weekend. Have not missed it yet. $30 on the line, brought to you by FiveKings Motorsports, of course. So whoever wins tonight's event will get themselves $30 richer. But now with that said, let's see if we can talk to Mr. Chase Pierce, who is on pole for tonight's event. Mr. Chase Pierce, do you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So $30 on the line, little bit smaller field. How would you like to make that $40 for taking the last first challenge?
Oh, that sounds. I like that. The fans challenge.
You want to take the last first challenge?
Yeah, it's kind of ironic you do that because tonight Bowman Gray was supposed to do the same thing.
Well, there you go. There you go. So just don't be like Bowman Gray, right? Don't be WWE on wheels, all right? And we'll be good. Just do me a favor. Let Chris Carroll know after I drop you down that you will be taking the last to first challenge for $10 extra, and you'll be going to the rear. Good luck, buddy.
All righty, thank you.
Yes, sir, bud. All right, so everybody else is racing for 30. Mr. Chase Pierce is going to try to take that last to first challenge. Let's get the grid underway. You see right there, he's taking the challenge. Chase Pierce is going to give up and forfeit the first place spot. He's going to the tail end of the field, so that's going to allow. We'll just go to the line of normal. Chase Pierce P1, Stephen Johnson P2. Inside row number 2 is going to be Lloyd Moore with a hard charger number 62. Jeff Dillon starting to his outside. Tyler Shattuck's going to be P5. James Terry in the 22s to his outside in P6. Jeffrey Miller's P7. Tony Benfield's P8. Jeff Shell's in 9th with Chris Carroll, last week's winner, starting P10. But we know he's going to the back as well, with Sam Baumgarten electing to not take a lap. He'll be firing off in the 11th place position. So now we just got to wait for the cars to, there we go. We got to wait for the cars to get rolling. But rolling they are indeed. And you see right there the young gun, Chase Pierce, the kid, as we like to call him, from Lexington, North Kakalaki. He's going to the back, going to try to take that last to first challenge. $10 extra on the line for that young driver. So that's going to allow the number 10, number 10 of Lloyd Moore will be the impromptu starter of tonight's event. Steven Johnson, number 25, McDonald's machine, the Midnight McDonald's machine. That's made famous by Bill Elliott back in the day. Got the moon on the front of it. Will be still fired off to the outside. That's the perks of qualifying third, I guess, when the leader takes the last first challenge, as we are getting ready to get underway, folks. 125 laps here at Hickory Motor Speedway, as they got to wait for the green flag to fly here. As green flag is out, they are underway. 10 car does not get a great launch. Got the 37, Tyler Shattuck, right there on his back bumper. But the inside lane will prevail here all night, I do believe. They see the 62 of Jeff Dillon look to get down and get down quick. And man, oh man, the 25 of Steven Johnson is just a man out on the island right now. He's on the high side, trying to find himself some bit of real estate to get down. But as it stands right this moment, that real estate is not available to him. As, oh no, Chase Pierce is telling me he's went off the track. Let's go back and see what happened to Pierce. I think Pierce actually, Pierce went for a ride right here. The last to first challenger. It's not a great way to start, I don't think. He's got some big room to make up now. Does Mr. Pierce. Says, look at the cluster right here in front of Sam Baumgarten in number 57. You got the 99 of Carroll, the 75 of Stoney Benfield. Got Remington on the side of the 75. I like to see that. And Jeff Shell right there in the 55 right there in front of him with the 79 to his outside. They are going to be too wide right here as they go in turn number 1 and 2 tonight. As, slight contact between the 55 and 79. That left Chris Carroll having to dodge. And you see the damage to the side of 55 right there. And I'm hearing more metal on metal. Guys are definitely letting it all hang out here tonight. $30 on the line. As I saw Steven Johnson's car did have a little bit of wear and tear on the right side of it. As he is still trying to fight to get himself down. As a 25, mission accomplished. He has finally gotten down to the low side. As now Carroll has his eyes set on the 55 of Jeff Shell. Let's see if we can we're gonna jump on board with Jeff Dillon just to give y'all a little bit of a glimpse of round Hickory Motor Speedway. A very tight short track. By far one of my favorite tracks on the entire service though is Hickory Motor Speedway. See right here, they're on the brakes pretty hard here, trying to get the car slowed up, then right back in the throttle hard. You see what happens when you get back in the throttle hard, though. 25 of Steven Johnson just walked it sideways, chased it all the way up to the outside wall. And look at Tyler Shattuck really pacing the leader, Lloyd Moore, right now up front. Shattuck, he is a seasoned veteran around these short tracks. You see him look high, going to try to get the run off the corner, but not able to put the power down that time to get by. But Shattuck, he is a seasoned veteran in these short track series. Now he's going to make a battle for the race lead. But he has not had the runs and the finishes that he so deserves this season thus far. So maybe tonight will be the icing on the cake, and he'll finally get that, start popping off some good finishes. Because I know the entire 37 crew, they want to start getting the finishes they feel they deserve. As trying to look at the stats while we're also doing this. I'll have them pulled up momentarily. I think anybody else would kill to have a season that like Shattuck has had. But I just know how fast he typically is. And right now, Tyler's actually sitting 10th in the points. He has not got a top 5 yet this season. So Shattuck is 0 for 5 right now as far as top 5s. Has not put that car inside the top 5. But right now he's doing a mighty fine job. He's got that car out front and almost setting pace over the field right now. Got a little bit of a gap over second place of Dylan, or not Dylan, but Lloyd Moore. Excuse me, I apologize. And now Lloyd has a battle getting ready to ensue here, right here behind him, as Steven Johnson and Jeff Dillon are right there on his back bumper. As you can throw a blanket over our second, third, and fourth place runners. As let's check back in with Chase Pierce. He took the first challenge. Then we saw him get wicked loose. Now trying to work over James Terry in the number 22 here, as he is underneath this time. Should be able to take the spot away. Sam Baumgarten, another new face to the series, but a veteran on iRacing. Sam, he's almost, I would have to just assume he's just riding around right now, just kind of letting the race come to him. He said he's not confident in these street stocks at all. So right now I think he's just trying to get some laps under his belt. As we go back up front, Shattuck has just kind of slowly but surely walked away from the field, almost has a full second lead over second place Lloyd Moore. Jeff Dillon right there behind him still. So the third place spot has changed hands, and I see Chris Carroll, last week's winner. Chris Carroll, who has started in the back here tonight due to being last week's winner, has already made himself up to P5. And then looking at the points totals here, trying to see how many races old Chris Carroll has actually won this season thus far. As we've only had 5 races, and Carroll has parked the USAFirearms.com number 99 in victory lane 3 times this season. But Carroll has never went back to back. So he's never actually won a race, started in the back the next week, and came out and won that very next race. So let's see if tonight he can finally do that. But I think Shattuck and the boys may have something to say against it, because Shattuck now has almost a 2.5 lead over second place, as I think that number 37 is just set on kill right now. Another thing for the guys like Sam Baumgarten, like we were talking about, just riding around, lap times here, they're only turning about 15 seconds a lap. So the laps are going to click off really fast, and it's going to get tight here between the two of 55, Mr. Jeff Shell and Sam Baumgarten, and 57. Laps will click off really fast here. You really don't have a whole lot of time to just ride here. At some point, you got to start picking up the pace, because the leader's going to get out too far in front of you. So now look, crossover move from Baumgarten here. He's going to look to the inside of 55, so roll reversal there. You look at James Terry trying to fill that gap and get up there with him, but ultimately not able to do it, as Shattuck is just walking the dog right now, folks. This could be the monkey off the back type of race for Shattuck, as he is still not out of it in the points battle at all. He just needs to rattle off a few good weeks. And a win here at Hickory tonight for $30. That'd be a great way to start that. As we are already 31 laps into tonight's event. 125 laps around Hickory Motor Speedway. As Shattuck already over a second lead, but I have noticed Jeff Dillon is catching him. Last time around, Dillon was almost a full 10th faster than Shattuck, as I'm going to pull the gap up at the top so y'all can monitor the gap on the ticker at the top. And Chris Carroll has brought himself up to P3 now. So will Carroll or Jeff Dillon have something to say about Tyler Shattuck walking away from the field like that? And I've also noticed the kid, Chase Pierce, number 17, has made himself up to P4. So Pierce is a man on the mission as well. Yeah, I think fireworks are getting ready to start popping off. As again, last time by, Jeff Dillon almost half a tenth faster than Shattuck. So at this pace, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. When will the 62 get to the 37's back bumper? Oh, as we heard some metal on metal right now. I'm not sure who that was that got to the wall right there. Trying to look and see. The good thing is about a track like Hickory, you can get the car damaged a little bit and still be okay. You don't want to go start tearing up suspension or stuff like that. But a little bit of damage is not going to hurt the car too much. As Jeffrey Miller is starting to see the 37 of Shattuck come up behind him in his mirror. So Jeffrey Miller is not going to want to go a lap down easy. He may fight Shattuck right here, and that may allow Jeff Dillon and Chris Carroll to close that gap furthermore into Shattuck. As Miller's really loose up there. He's running the high lane, having to chase that car all the way up. As the sun is starting to set on this beautiful facility here. The lights are on. We're Saturday night short track racing now at this moment. Top three are still the same. Shattuck, Dillon, Carroll with the hard charge of Pierce. And oh, mama, don't look now. Here comes that bad man of Baumgarten. 57 is putting his name up into the hat. As Jeff Dillon was looking to make a move over on the 17 of Chase Pierce, but was not able to make it stick. And that's going to allow him to fall right into the clinches to the 57. Oh, it may have been slight contact between the 57 and the 62 right there. The words of Joey Logano, though, that's just short track racing. That's just what it's going to be here tonight. Hickory's so tough to pass that, I mean, if you follow somebody for 20 or so laps, you're eventually going to get frustrated with them. And you're going to put the bumper to him. And now these two right here in picture, 17, 99, they're very familiar with each other. As we know, as Baumgarten actually makes a move and gets by the 52, does it cleanly, I do believe, too. So Mr. Samuel has that 57 hooked up. He's starting to get her figured out, I do believe. And Sam, I feel like he took my advice and he realized it was time to stop saving and get on the offense instead of the defense, as he is a man on the mission now. Fastest car on the track last time around was the number 57 of Mr. Samuel. As we got a few battles on the track. Nobody's battling side by side, but this track is not a track like we had last week at Five Flags. Five Flags, you could do it. You could go door to door for about 10 laps and be okay, but Hickory don't have the racing groove. It's not wide enough here to really battle side by side, and the bottom lane here is so much more faster than the Highlands. Oh, Pierce make it the bumper to the back of Carroll. As I was mentioning, these two right here are very, very, very familiar with each other. Is the number 99 and 17. They've had a few shouting matches. They've ripped a few bumpers off the cars. Makes for a good entertainment up here in the booth, but out there on the track with him, you never know what's going to transpire. As 17 is actually going to look underneath Carroll. Let's see if the 17 can get the power put down. Carroll's not giving an inch, so he's going to hold that 17 down. He's going to make him work for it. Remember, Carroll's never went back-to-back with race wins. And then also, Pierce qualified at the top of the board here tonight. And he elected to take the last of first challenge. And he has now worked himself up into P2. Now a little bit of bump and run action there. Carroll pulls the crossover move, gets into the back of Pierce. Now, Pierce is not going to like that. Pierce told him, I raced you clean, and then you do that. So now let's see what happens. As 17's going to wash up into the track. Elbows are out now, folks. That's going to allow the 57 of Baumgarten to get right up there to him, too, as well. As these two, I think fireworks are getting ready to explode, as I mentioned earlier. As I'm not sure this track's wide enough for these two cars right now. Let's see, 17's going to wash up high here. That may give the battle. No, it does not either. They're still side by side. Baumgarten trying to fill the hole right there behind the 99. Going to try to leave the 17 to basically hang out and drive, but Chase Pierce is the only car tonight to make this outside lane work the way he has. And he's really not pinching down Carroll a whole lot. He's giving Carroll plenty of room on the outside of him here. Let's see if there's going to be a little bumper tag action here. And I would almost think Pierce may, oh, he got loose right there. Pierce may owe Carroll one now. Because Carroll, they were even, and then Carroll got into the back of him. So let's see if the kid, Chase Pierce, feels that way or not. If he's even able to get back up to the 99. That was some pretty good racing right there, folks. I almost wish we'd have a caution. Hi, Miss Lori. Hi, Miss Connie. Thank y'all for dropping in here. Love to see y'all even when Mark's not out here. I wish Mark would get his cabinets finished so we can get him back out here. As my voice is totally shot. Totally shot. Let's see. I'm waiting to see if the 17 gets back up there to the 99 if we have a little bit more action. As I like to think we will. There you see the real estate between them, and all those two battling like that have done is allowed Shattuck the opportunity to escape. Basically, he is basically just drove out of their lives. So Shattuck just does not want to see a caution right now, as we are already close to halfway point of tonight's event. Shattuck just does not want a caution. I think Pierce is a little faster than Carroll right here. It looks like he may chase Carroll back down, as this blimp view is giving us an awesome shot of the track. As the 62 is trying to get back up there. You see Samuel Baumgarten right there in the 57. I think he realizes there's fireworks getting ready to happen right up here in front of him. So he just wants to be there within striking distance for when they do happen. As 17 gets really close. Oh, bumper tag right there. As Sam actually got the worst end of the deal there. Gave the 17 a good boost. Now, if I'm not mistaken, 17 and 99 are 1-2 in regards to the season points totals right now. As no, they are not. Chris Carroll is in first and Chase Pierce is in third. So Chase needs to start finishing a little better than Carroll each week to make up the point deficit. As he is underneath him again, Carroll is not giving him any room. I think Carroll may end up getting spun here. I think he's almost playing with a venomous snake at this point. Normally Carroll don't race like that either. Normally Carroll would just let him by. Oh, Carroll's in the wall. I think the kid may be in Carroll's head here. We don't ever see Carroll get rattled like this. What is going on? 17 to the inside. Let's see if Samuel fills the gap or not. As he... It's hard to tell if he's going to get there or not. He does get there. Carroll's going to try to fight back though on the outside like Chase Pierce did earlier. But now Pierce has gotten clear. And it's just smooth sailing now for the 17. He's got to do everything he can to chase down Shattuck, who's up in front by almost 2.5 seconds. But that gap is shrinking fast though now that Pierce has got around Shattuck. Or got around Chris Carroll. So now Carroll's going to have to regroup and get refocused here. Shattuck is just... I've said it numerous times tonight. The kid is just walking the dog right now on him. And oh, he's getting loose. He's getting really loose. What is going on? What happened to Shattuck there? He just got Car broke free completely right there. That allowed Pierce to gain a full 1.5 seconds on him. As now he may have trouble in paradise really quick. As Shattuck got super loose. He's still loose. He's still chasing that car. Let's jump cockpit and see what's happening with Shattuck here. As he looks fine there, but I promise you out that rearview mirror, he notices Pierce. He sees Pierce closing in on him ever so slightly each and every lap. And he also knows Pierce started in the back and he's already worked himself up to P2 and worked himself up into striking distance. Last time around, Chase Pierce was faster by a full 1/10 over Shattuck. So Pierce is going to catch him if he can maintain this pace. As it's getting ready to get interesting. Shattuck does have the advantage though. Pierce has to pass him, not the other way around. So if Shattuck can just hug that bottom lane, I don't think Pierce can ever get around him. As we went caution free tonight too. When will that caution come? I feel like it has to, right? Like these drivers, they've played nice for the most part. As Carroll's went really far backwards. Carroll's back in P5 now. So maybe an off night for Carroll. And Pierce is right on the back bumper. We're getting ready to have a battle for the race lead here. As, oh, I'm hearing metal on metal. Big time metal on metal. Not sure who it was. As Pierce is just basically pacing Shattuck right now, trying to force a mistake out of the 37. We saw the 37 get really loose a while ago. Pierce trying to drive underneath him. Not going to be able to make it stick, I don't believe. Oh, he might. Oh, it's going to get close here on the exit. Pierce is kind of washing up. They make slight contact. Pierce saves the car. As, oh my goodness gracious. And I saw Carroll back here making contact, I think, with the 62. I hope these guys' bumpers are reinforced. As now, Baumgarten has worked himself all the way up to the top two. Pierce to the inside. We got a battle for the race lead. Advantage to the Pierce. They're leading on each other once again. That's going to allow the 57 to get there as well. And oh, 57's washing up, so Shattuck's led almost this entire race. As we are now 40 laps remaining, he has went from P1 to P3 in a blink of an eye. As that one time of Shattuck getting loose really hurt his chances. Also, fuel's only 45% tonight. I don't know if they can actually make it to the end. That may have been why Carroll fell back for a little bit, just to save a little bit of fuel. As our top three are coming up on lap traffic, got James Terry, Steven Johnson right there in front of them. As you can really hear the tires start to give out here. These old street tires on these street stocks, I say it every week, they're not very good. You can hear them just working in these corners. So the top two got past the first bit of lap cars. Shattuck does as well. They're all hitting the wall. I keep hearing metal on metal where they're hitting that wall on the front stretch time after time after time. Steven Johnson yields and gives way to the race leaders. As Sam is right here within striking distance to Chase Pierce. He's a snake in the weeds right now. And I think Pierce is hungry right now, though. He is hungry. As we're now getting close to approaching 30 laps to go. As I almost just hope there's a caution just to make this interesting here. I mean, I know it sucks for Chase Pierce, right? He's out front, but I've seen a lot of beating and banging tonight without a caution. As 55 gives way to the 17 and a 57. As 57, catches the 55 in a terrible spot. Killed the 57's momentum there on exit. Was not able to feed up to the wall. And this race has went by really fast, too. We're only 25 minutes into this deal. 30 minutes, I think, into the broadcast. So, really quick race thus far. And let me know, fans in the stands, who we got tonight. Who's your pick? It'd be hard to bet against Chase Pierce right now, I do believe. As Chase is actually coming up on the would-be post hitter, Lloyd Moore. So something's happened to Lloyd too. Lloyd slowly fell back as well. Lloyd's currently in the 7th place spot. As we go through the field, we have Pierce and Sam Baumgarten in 1 and 2. Tyler Shattuck's P3. Jeff Dillon's P4 and Chris Carroll's P5. Stoney Benfield, P6. We just spoke about him, the 10 of Lloyd Moore is in P7 and getting ready to go a lap down to our leader, Chase Pierce. Steven Johnson's in 8th, Jeff Shells in 9th, James Terry's in 10th, and Jeffrey Miller's in 11th. As we approach 25 to go, folks, I got to do it because my voice is completely shot. We're going to do a BAM Racing Videos Crank It Up of the night. We will be back momentarily. Give us like 5 to 6 laps and let the voice box take a break for a minute. Headset users, please beware. We're going to crank it up loud. We're under 25 laps to go. We will be back. As we are now back, I want to thank Bam Racing Videos for giving us that crank it up of the evening. Like I've always said, us over here at FiveKings Network, we have you covered for sim racing action. But if you like real life grassroots short track racing, look up our buddies Bam Racing Videos on YouTube. As we are now under 10 laps to go and he crosses the stripes, Chase Pierce, he accepted the last to first challenge. Last week's winner, Chris Carroll, has been off tonight, to say the least. Now, we saw James Terry pit under the Crank It Up segment. So it makes me wonder if fuel is tight as, oh, Chris Carroll went around. As I may crowd. Let me go back and see what happened here. Wow. All right, folks, that really takes up the field. Just a self spin by one of our best drivers with 4 laps to go. Oh, Mark, they've been doing that all night. They've been doing that all night, brother. All right, 4 laps remaining. It's going to be 3 to go, I do believe, when we go back green. Let's see. As Carroll's not able to pit, though, so he's going to get back to his spot at least. Think karma. All right, right here, Chase Pierce, Jeff Dillon. 1-2 out front. You look at the field behind him. Lined up really weird here. As Pierce gets a great launch off, it was on him, and he went when he wanted. That's put Tyler Shattuck, Jeff Dillon behind lap car, or no, just Shattuck is behind lap cars for whatever reason. Jeff Dillon is not. Jeff Dillon is right there on the back bumper of the 17. So right now it's just a battle for this top spot. Shattuck has a car in between him and a racing position. And Sam Baumgartner somehow went a lap down. I'm not sure what happened to Sam. He was running P2, but the white flag is out. Jeff Dillon, Chase Pierce right here as they come out of turn number 2 into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time tonight. As Chase Pierce accepted the last to first challenge, and mission accomplished for the kid, number 17. Jeff Dillon brought it on P2, and Tyler Shattuck, his first top 5 of the year, was a podium finish for Mr. Shattuck. Well done to the 37 for finally getting that monkey off his back. As, yeah, I'm not sure we were watching the quote-unquote wreck back, and I missed what happened with Sam going a lap down like that. Sam pretty much got screwed there. And as Carroll is, I don't know. But Chase Pierce is tonight's race winner. So as I pull up the standings really quick, of the season. That is Pierce's first win of the season. But now let's see if we can get an award with our third place finisher, Mr. Tyler Shattuck. See if we can find him in Discord somewhere. And we can't. So no Shattuck to be found. So let's see if we can talk to our second place finisher, Mr. Jeff Dillon. Get him up into the broadcast booth momentarily. Jeff Dillon, Tanner Marr in the booth. You got a copy?
10-4.
So Jeff, I don't know what happened that one and only caution of the race, but it is what it is. You were right there in the top 4 all night long and actually followed Chase up a little bit. And you were about the only one setting lap times compared to Chase. If there was a few more laps left, do you think you would have had a shot at him?
I would give him a shot. I'm not sure if I got him or not. I was still learning as I go along with this car. But I definitely was surprised how close I could stay to him on that last restart. I thought he was going to really pull away. And I was like, wow, I'm hanging with him. So, yeah, with that, I probably hope that there was more laps in the race to get a better chance at it.
Well, I mean, it was pretty impressive, especially that last restart. Because that last restart, y'all lined up all really weird, right? I mean, it was weird seeing that you and Chase were 1-2, right? And then Shattuck, who was actually P3, was lined up behind lap cars. So that was weird, but it didn't matter to you, right? You brought home P2 and you brought it home convincingly. So congratulations with that, Jeff. Who do you got to thank for tonight's performance, buddy?
Well, I think you guys are put on the show. All the guys here tonight. I mean, we had a great. I mean, we ran up and missed the whole race green. So for everyone here tonight, we run a smart race. That's awesome. I mean, it still could have been 11 of us. It could have been a bloodbath. So great job on all the drivers here. And yeah, definitely you guys are putting it on. And it was. If the caution came out, I took a third. Definitely, I was going to be very happy with that. But to come second, really good night. Makes up for the last couple of weeks here having some bad luck.
Right on. Next week, Jeff, we head to the Atlanta Legends Oval. So be glad you didn't actually win, right? Because then you ain't got to start in the back, right? So there's always a positive out there.
Oh, that's right. But I'll take it always. Next week, I never actually ran at that track, but hopefully it's pretty similar to the Charlotte one. And I felt good at Charlotte, so hopefully that's a little more. I can not be so far behind going into practice like I am here in those weeks.
Well, I'll tell you, it's completely the same, but man, oh man, a lot different. If that makes sense, you'll see when we go next week. Like you're gonna feel the same, but the banking and stuff like that going onto the track's completely different, and the car's gonna feel different to you. You'll see. But let's don't skip past tonight, Jeff. Congratulations on a P2 finish tonight, buddy.
Awesome, man. I really appreciate it. And again, thank all the guys here. Thank you guys for putting it on. And a lot of respect here tonight. A lot of give and take. And a lot of times, I let Chris go and a couple of the other faster guys go. I mean, all right, let's settle back here and turn some laps. And it all cycled out. And but yeah, good night. Had fun.
All right, buddy. Congratulations, bud.
Thank you.
All right, let's see if we can dial up Mr. Race Winner. The kid, as we like to call him around these parts, Mr. Chase Pierce, finally got him a race win in the Saturday Night Street Stock Series. Mr. Pierce, you got a copy?
Oh, yeah.
So you parked in victory lane, but to start the night off, I'm pretty sure you were top of the board practice. You backed that up by going top of the board in qualifying. You came up here, I asked you, do you want to take the first challenge for $10 more? You did. And then you parked it in victory lane. Is tonight your first Crooked Line Racing money race win? Or have you won before? I can't remember.
I believe this is my first Crooked Line win for a money race, yeah.
Okay, so to fill you in, when somebody first wins their money race here, we don't pay out, right? You got to win 2 of them before you get paid, okay?
Huh?
I'm just playing. So you won $40 now. You started in the back. What it feel like, honestly, starting in the back like that?
Oh man, it was rough. Those first couple laps, I think me and Michael got together there. And gosh, I didn't think I was going to do it after that. It got rough there. I thought I was done.
And
And just slowly made my way through the field. I mean, money aside, it was just fun to win this one. Come through the field like that.
Right. I mean, it got hairy there at the end, right? We had one of our best drivers in the series just loop it, remarkably somehow. So that happens, right? We have a long green flag run. Tires start to wear. That's going to happen, right? And you pitted. Was fuel close there? I forgot to even ask that.
Nah, about 20 laps or so.
Okay, so you were good on fuel. When y'all did go down pit road there, were y'all taking tires? Is that what y'all did?
Took 2 tires. That's what I did.
Okay, and you kind of benefited because you only had Jeff Dillon firing off to your outside there, and everybody else was single file behind lap cars. I don't know why that happened. I went back and watched that wreck and kind of watched it a few times back to try to figure out what happened, right? And so I missed the whole pit sequence, but it don't matter. Right? You wrestled the lead away from Shattuck, who led a majority of tonight's event, right? I didn't know if you'd ever be able to chase him down, especially after that first race or first lap incident up in the back, right? You lost a lot of time there, but you were able to ultimately climb back and climb up and conquer, right? And you parked it in victory lane. Who you got to thank tonight, Mr. Pierce?
My parents, Top Hat Comics, 6-shifter sim racing, Fanatech, I racing for the great sim, you for the great podcast, and Crooked Line racing for the great league. That car was awesome. It's great to win a home track.
Right on, brother. That's Mr. Chase Pierce, parked it in victory lane, and also you came into tonight third in the points, so you finishing 3 spots ahead of Carroll is really going to help out your points battle here. So good luck as we go to Atlanta Legends Oval next week, and congratulations tonight, Chase.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, buddy. Alrighty, folks, we are going to close up shop. It's been a fun one tonight. It's been a quick one, too. I mean, we were in and out of here fairly quick tonight. Chase Pierce was able to get the job done. Jeff Dillon, P2, Tyler Shattuck did not stick around for an interview. We don't like that around here. Chris Carroll, P4, Steven Johnson, P5, Tony Benfield got in here late. Brought home P6. Jeff Shales in 7th. Sam Baumgarten kind of got screwed by that last caution. He brought home P8. Lloyd Moore in 9th. And James Terry in 10th. Folks, want to thank y'all for tuning in. And remember, we're here every Saturday night. Next week, we head to the Atlanta Legends Oval. That's going to be a very interesting race. We'll be live starting at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central next Saturday night. And also, check us out throughout the week. We have many different drivers that live stream onto our channel. We're knocking on the door to 10,000 views on YouTube. So, not a big milestone, a small milestone, right? But a milestone nonetheless. So, check us out throughout the week. But for myself, Tanner Marr, up in the booth tonight for the FiveKings Network. Summer Sizzler 125. I knew I was going to trip over that one. At Hickory Motor Speedway, Chase Pierce parked in victory lane. Until next time, we'll see you.